This NFL Divisional Round Props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in all 50 states, and you get $20 free with the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN.
Hey everybody, Joe Theismann here. You're listening to SGPN. So do this, let it ride.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Oh, it's crazy week. Crazy week. First, John Harbaugh. Then I learned about this bear that served in the Polish army.
Really?
It blowing my mind.
In what war?
Great question. It got promoted a bunch of times. It must have been World War II. Or actually, it was after World War II. So I don't know
Really?
what kind of European activities were going on.
Vietnam War?
Well, let's see. The bear died in '63. So and it died when it was 21.
Yeah, so it would have missed World War
Yeah, it was
II.
like post World War. Maybe Northern Africa. Maybe there were some campaigns going on. Who knows? Anyway.
Yes, a lot to get to. I see Connor checking in the YouTube chat saying Dundee definitely was onto something with those rigged games.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
we just if you missed it, we were live earlier today. Go back and check out that podcast available on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We broke it down with Colby, the latest gambling scandal, and Colby's the crazy guy who actually watches some of these, Louisiana Tech and some of these crazy games, and was highlighting like, hey, some of these games looked rigged. Buffalo, Kent State first half, very very funny.
Yeah, I mean, Colby even shared a story about having an encounter with someone who said, "Your information sounds really thorough and good. Please reach out in the future if you come across the same type of instincts."
And again, all-time quote with there's only three things that are certain in life: death, taxes, and Chinese basketball. That's what the guys were texting each other, and of course they got busted. Someone had a great tweet of like, "Hey, let's keep things on the low." Don't it's right out of Goodfellas where hey, don't be too flashy with the money.
They got the fur coat, now everyone's got to die.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Die.
Hey, I'll have 158,000 on the Wuhan Dragons. Sure, that won't raise any flags.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk props here for the NFL Divisional Round. Unfortunately, our buddy CJ Sullivan under the weather. Real quick,
Ladder accident.
A little under the weather. Hopefully we can get it back for the VEASAN show if he's feeling better. Under the weather. Do you know real quick where that expression came from?
I'm guessing it's British, but go ahead.
Maybe it was a sailing thing back in the day. If you were sick, they made you stay in like a bunk below the deck, so you wouldn't get the rest of the people sick. And they would say literally under the weather because the weather's on top of the boat. You're below deck, so you're under the weather. You're sick. You're avoiding the weather. And under the weather is where that expression came from. Joining us on the line, filling in for the Laddie Daddy. You know him from the Propcast, amongst many podcasts on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, including the NBA Gambling Podcast, WNBA Gambling Podcast, Tennis Gambling Podcast. Scott Reichel, what's happening, Scott?
Yeah, doing pretty well. Can't complain. I do like the idea that you guys assumed I was napping when you invited me onto the show. But either way, I'm here. I got props ready to go.
Well,
I just
3:30 East, or I don't know when you hit him up, Ryan.
Well,
but
I know he does morning podcasting, and I know he does late night podcasting, and I know sports start generally at 7 p.m. East Coast, and so the assumption generally is from noon to say 5 p.m. East Coast time is maybe when
Yeah, there's no live sports. Scott will be sleeping.
It's a great time.
To be clear, I didn't say you were wrong. I just like how you were assuming.
He just
right
recharges.
Answer.
Well, I've been hitting up Scott. Talking NBA shop. He's been giving me some plays. I like picking his brain for the association. Him and Trell do a good job over there on the NBA Gambling Podcast. And I hit up Scott late night our time, like 10, 11, and Scott's like, "Well, I gotta lunchtime. I gotta wait for RotoWire to drop the 3 a.m. Injury, lineup projection." So he's out there grinding early and often, and giving you a bunch of winners. Propcast, nice run here with you and Rosenberg, doing a good job reviving that podcast feed. So nice work, gents. And
a lot of compliments.
Yeah,
Rosenberg's always showing me.
Yeah,
a lot of compliments. The show gets a lot of compliments.
Yes, and he sends them over. Although it's
good to have a PR guy, man. Because then he manages the show's
He manages his own PR as well. So we're gonna do one prop from each game, then a ladder, then a DGen bet. So fun. I mean, again, cannot wait. Divisional round playoffs officially moved on for my team getting knocked out. We'll start with our guest, Scott, for the Bills Broncos game. Give us a prop you like here.
So for the record, the first couple of plays are pretty degen. It's going to be a first half receiving yards play.
Yeah.
Right.
So not many books have this, but if they have the full game instead, I don't mind it. But I am going to go with James Cook first half under 7.5 receiving yards at -121. He's been quite horrible at catching passes early in games. He's had less than 8 receiving yards in the first half in 17 of the first 18 games this season. So this prop is 17-1 so far. Ty Johnson, we know, did miss the last game. He is starting to practice again. And of course, he is the main pass catching running back on this team that should handle the third down work if needed. Broncos are also good against running backs in the passing game, allowing the second fewest receiving yards per game to opposing running backs. But simply put, Cook, who really never goes over, and the fact that now you have Ty Johnson, who's probably back, who should be taking snaps away, especially on third down and passing situations. I'll go for James Cook once again, first half under 7.5 receiving yards at -121.
It did seem like he didn't get the Ty Johnson pass game work last game, so fair to say Ty Johnson will get it all back.
Scott, where do you go to find first half stats? Does Football Reference have them? Do you have to go to a different site? I don't play half specific markets, but like, where are you finding that he's only hit that in those games? Like, where do you find first half stats in general?
Yeah, there are some platforms that have hit rates, and if the prop is listed on a certain book, then they're gonna just tell you what the hit rate is with the yardage. So I pulled it up. I was intrigued by it because I know that Cook last week was supposed to, as Ryan said before, was supposed to have a good game because Johnson was out, and then he had 2 catches for 4 yards, and you kind of forgot he was on the field the entire time. So I thought, maybe that was something to keep an eye on. And with Johnson being back, hit rate speaks for itself, 17-1. So I'll keep running with it. No,
good run there. And we were both on his, we were all over the James Cook under rushing yards. That was pretty easy. Jags did a good job bottling him up there. Kramer, what about you? Broncos, Bills, Saturday action. What do you got?
I mean, I assume this will be a popular play, but the number is still very playable. RJ Harvey, 54. I guess you can even have a debate on how you want to play this, knowing Sean Payton, but 54 and I actually started by looking for a first half rushing yard angle. Similar thought as to what, the inverse of what Scott was saying about Cook, but I think Sean Payton gets to the run game early and often in this one. I think he learns from Liam Cohen's dumbass mistakes, and RJ Harvey goes over the 54.5 rushing yards. Now it is a relatively high number for him. And so a little bit of this is just projection, but there isn't really anyone to take away too much of the work. Bidet will get a little, or McLaughlin or Bidet might get some, or sorry, McLaughlin's been the one getting a little bit of work. But it's very little bit of work. So this, in theory, if Sean Payton brings the A game plan, I don't think the A game plan here is dropping Bo Nix back 35 times. I think the A game plan is giving RJ Harvey 20 plus carries.
Yeah, that series where they just kept handing off to Tugboat, and he kept
It was a video game series. It's like you can't stop me.
Keep running that play that they could not stop. Why get cute there, Liam Cohen? But of course he did, and it was a big part of the Jags' demise. Scott, you mentioned not a lot of places have the first half stuff. Underdog does. Yeah. If you're getting the Underdog pick 'em, they do have first half, first quarter for a lot of these guys. I just looked up. They do have the first half receiving yards for Cook there. Promo code SGPN. For me, my play again, the Bills are going to have limited pass catchers. I think Dawson Knox gets a decent workload. Give me Dawson Knox over 21.5 receiving yards. Broncos have let up a bunch of receiving yards to the tight end so far this season, 1,015. Dalton Kincaid is banged up a little bit. He's in a walking boot. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and go out of their way to cover Dalton Kincaid. He obviously is the number one between those two. And it's just they're very thin at pass catchers. Terrell Shavers, Gabe Davis, both done for the season. Maybe Brandon Cooks, maybe Curtis Samuel, but you need someone reliable, and that to me is Dawson Knox. He's been in a bunch of playoff games with Josh Allen. Josh Allen trusts him. 21.5 receiving yards is pretty low. 9-2 to the over in the last 11 games, and that's with some of those with a very healthy Dalton Kincaid. So I think the over 21.5 receiving yards for Dawson Knox feels like a pretty good time there.
He's a playoff dude.
Playoff, yeah, he's been around for a long time. I feel like Dawson Knox has been pretty good to me in the playoffs in general. Scott, what about the late Saturday game? What's a prop you like there?
Yeah, so once again, I'm going to go with the first half. I'm going to go with Brock Purdy. This game's pretty interesting because the Niners, you can argue like the Bills, have no weapons at all at this point, so they got to figure something out. But Brock Purdy uses his legs, especially early in games, and I do think this line is pretty short. I'm going to go Brock Purdy first half rushing yards over 6.5 at -119 or -119. I saw the full game line is 17.5, so I don't mind that if you can only get that. Longest rush is also intriguing, but Purdy's been flying over this regularly. He's gone over this number in the first half in 8 of his first 10 games this season. And against Seattle, he's been quite good. Even with Seattle destroying this team in the last meeting, he still had 10 yards in the first half last time rushing. But Purdy has had at least 10 rushing yards in the first half in 4 straight against Seattle. So Purdy, I think, will be forced to use his legs. We know Seattle can get after the quarterback. Not to mention Purdy is pretty, I'd say, smart when it comes to picking his spots when it comes to scrambling. And he tends to scramble for a first down almost every game at this point. But 6.5 yards in the first half, I think, is a very low number for a guy that constantly flies over for a team that has basically no weapons. Give me Purdy, first half rushing yards over 6.5.
Yeah, coming off a 9-carry game against the Eagles. Now I think there may have been a couple kneel downs there at the end, but he was definitely a willing runner. It's a playoff game. You expect him to be running around out there. And yeah, they're gonna have to get creative, Kramer. Which could mean I took a look at Kyle Juszczyk receiving yards. I didn't pull the trigger there. You do like that one?
Well, yeah. So first let me quick point on Purdy, because Purdy rushing yards will be in my pocket. Now Scott makes a great point. Maybe I'll also play the first half. Even in the last game, he had only two carries for 21 yards, and maybe it's one like with Trevor last week. I just played the longest rush as well, but off of Purdy, because he's also going to be on the first TD card. There's a couple things I like in this game. Now you could be extremely chalky, and I think the way to play JSN is receptions. That will go in the private stock. We will put Kyle Juszczyk's over receptions on the card.
Okay, what's that at?
Mega bet 1.5.
1.5.
Mega bet here. He's gone under this number while Kittle has been hurt before, but we know how you can attack Seattle, and we know everyone is talking about Jake Tonges. And what if we all assume that McCaffrey will get another 6 catches or whatever he got in the last matchup? What if the Tonges stuff doesn't go to Tonges and it goes to Juszczyk, or even a little bit of it? I like Tonges. We mentioned him earlier. I think it's pretty good. I won't give it out here. It's in one of our underdog entries as well. I'm saying that part of the thesis for Juszczyk here is fading
Tongas.
Just a little bit.
Well, I think we already have Tongas as one of our underdog entries, Ryan. So I'm not completely. I think the fun way to play Tongas is going to be in the anytime. You can get that at like 3-1. Maybe I'll give that out on VSiN, or maybe even get crazy in the 2 touchdowns. But my official prop and so to be clear, it's over 1.5 catches for you.
Yep.
My official prop here for the 49ers Seahawks game is Sam Darnold interception -120.
Wow.
I will happily fade Sam Darnold in a big spot. I know he's at home, but in these big spots, you can see him sit back there, leads the league in turnovers. So maybe if you want to get crazy and play a fumble loss,
dealing with an oblique issue.
Yeah, he just popped up, and I saw Random Meander in the chat pointing out Darnold questionable. Just popped up on the injury report today. You saw him running around doing a Theragun on his chest there, which is weird to do a Theragun while running. I've never seen that before.
My thought is this is just going to all us Seahawks backers are just getting a discounted number.
I mean, the fact that the number moved at circa a sharp place from 7.5 to 7.
Yes, please.
It's a little certainly interesting to say the least. I think that even in a win, I think he could certainly throw an interception. So I feel pretty good about Sam Darnold throwing a pick. And in fact, I'm going to open up Kalshi right now and head over there and start trading some Sam Darnold interceptions. Of course, you can do a ton of trading over on Kalshi. It's available in all 50 states. New traders get $20 in their account when they use our promo code SGPN. Terms and conditions do apply. I'm even seeing some golf, Ryan, popping up. Oh. What is it? The DP World Tour Dubai International.
Oh, I think there's a real tourney this weekend.
Yeah,
the Sony
college basketball is happening. Professional basketball, of course. They got you covered for all things pro football. Kalshi available in all 50 states. New traders get $20 in their account. Use the code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Avo. That's right, Avo. This is the premier arbitrage betting tool. If you're new to arb betting, as the kids call it, it's very easy. You bet both sides. You guarantee yourself a profit. Lock it in. You sync your books so they know which books you have access to, and they highlight, hey, this is a good opportunity. Hop on this. It's this price over here, that price over there. Lock it in, cash it, play both sides to guarantee profits. Highly recommended. Great tool, great way. You don't need to be rigging games. You can just play both sides and lock in a profits using Avo. That's right. Download Avo today. Go to avo.bet. Use our promo code SGPN. Save $18 off your first month. That's avo.bet. Promo code SGPN. Check out their Discord to hear from other users how successful it's been for them. AVO official is the Discord, and that's avo.bet. Promo code SGPN. All right, Scott. We got a matchup here. Bears at home against the Rams. What do you like prop bet wise?
Yeah, so for this one, I'm going to go to Loveland. I'm going to go with the over 4.5 catches at -134. I didn't get too creative with it because I didn't think I really needed to. Loveland's been an absolute monster for this Bears team recently, and he's been getting the ball a lot. He's recorded at least 6 catches in 3 straight. He's been targeted 38 times over the past 3 games. So clearly, Caleb Williams trusts him, and rightfully so, because he is really good. And the Rams against tight ends have not been that great at limiting catches. They've been good at limiting yards, but I do think the catches will be a bit of a problem. I know the weather is going to be a bit of a factor in this game as well, so I can see some underneath stuff. But the point is, Loveland has been a matchup problem for opposing defenses for the last couple of weeks. Better late than never, but the Bears finally realized how good he actually was, and they've kind of unlocked him over the last month. Give me Loveland over the 4.5 catches at -134.
Yeah, I'm all over Loveland. I have him in these FFPC challenges we're doing. Check out. We did one for the divisional round with CJ. That was a lot of fun. And then the original one we did when the playoffs started. I'm with you, Scott. I will take the yards. I like both, obviously. But I mean, yeah, 322 yards the last 3 games, and that's been in cold weather against similar defenses. 38 targets the last 3 games. It's insane. They just keep spamming Colston Loveland. I'll take the over 55 yards, but I think the catches obviously are good too. I think anything you want to play Loveland, I'm all over.
I wonder if it's gotten to the point where they like Shula and the defense make a concerted effort to adjust and try to take him away and see what happens.
Maybe. I mean, it could. Maybe it's a burden game.
I like Odunze.
You like Odunze? You
over 35 and a half.
You worried about his injury stuff at all?
No.
Okay.
No. Last game he had 6 targets, only had 2 catches, still had 44 yards. I think the idea that we've seen in recent weeks, this Rams defense give up big numbers to Jalen Coker, big numbers to Michael Wilson. I don't, and I kind of still think that Caleb has said things about Rome Odunze that makes me think there is like this connection there. And that whatever the injury, it seemed like Odunze was potentially a little irritated because maybe the Bears held him out. And so first game back, a little rusty, only 2 catches on 6 targets. I expect that to expand. I also expect that them to be able to attack the Rams defense that way. And so, let's go Rome over 35 and a half receiving yards.
Shout out to Reese in the chat saying, finally caught the boys live. Been listening on Spotify for years. Let it ride, boys. Good to hear from you, Reese. Good to see you in the chat. He likes the Knicks Cooks anytime touchdown parlay at 22-1. That is that's pretty appetizing. I mean, stay tuned for my DGen play. I do like Knicks on the ground here this weekend, and Brandon Cooks again. Someone has to do something for this Bills offense. Why not Brandon Cooks? I heard people throwing out Curtis Samuel. I still think
he gonna play.
Who knows? I mean, he's on the practice squad. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe he gets called up there.
That's a touchdown bet if he's active.
Yeah, I think for me, I like where your head's at, Reese. I would do Knicks Knox, and it also sounds cool. Knicks Knox.
Knicks Knox.
That's the Knicks Knox locks. Knicks Knox, Patty locks. Give a dog a bone. Let's go. I do like Knicks and Knox to get in the end zone, so that would be mine. But I like where your head's at there. Got a smile out of our buddy Scott there. All right, so we got Scott and I like the Loveland stuff. Kramer on Burden. Last game of the divisional round. We got the Pats at home against the Texans. What's a prop jumping out at you, Scott?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Drake May interception at even money, which I think is a very good price. Even though May might win MVP, he might not. He has thrown some picks recently. He's had at least 1 interception in 7 of his last 11. We saw him look pretty underwhelming for most of that Chargers game. And I do think that with the Texans defense coming to town, not the matchup you want to see. Houston has had at least 1 interception in 6 straight. We saw that they had the pick 6 at the end of that Steelers game. Defense we know is nasty, arguably the best defense in the entire league. May, though, still young, still inexperienced. We saw that on display. Luckily, the Chargers offense stinks, so it didn't matter for the course of the game. But May didn't look very good. The interceptions are there. The Texans have been just great at intercepting passes, especially over the last month or two. Even money, I think it's a great price. I'll go for it. I think this should be minus 120, minus 125. But even money, I'll grab.
Yeah, no, I mean
he's going to turn the ball over, whether it's an interception or a fumble. It's happening.
Kramer, what are you doing in the last game of the slate?
This is my 100% favorite. This is my favorite prop of the weekend.
Wow, nice build up.
The Texans run game has looked good lately.
Yeah.
Woody Marks has been getting the bell cow work.
Yep.
Averaging somewhere in the 17, 18 carries a game range. And the Patriots have had some games where they've appeared to be a leaky run defense. But upon further review, if you look at how many games the Patriots have given up, which by the way, Woody Marks' rushing total is 55.5. And you look at how many times a running back has gone for over 55.5 yards against the Patriots this season. It happened 6 times. Week 11, Breece Hall did it, 14 carries, 58 yards. Week 12, Chase Brown did it, 19 for 107. Week 13, Devin Singletary on the Giants did it, 12 for 68. James Cook did it week 15, 22 for 107. Derrick Henry week 16, 18 for 128. And week 17, Breece Hall did it again, 14 for 111. What did those games have in common? Milton Williams got injured in the first Jets game where Breece Hall barely went over, and returned the game after Breece Hall went 14 for 111. They have not allowed a running back to get over 55.5 yards with Milton Williams on the field this year. Woody Marks under 55.5 rushing yards.
Good angle, Ryan. And I feel like a lot of people are liking Woody Marks this week. So nice fade. Good eye there on the Milton Williams.
Contrarian this. Well, half contrarian this week.
Half contrarian, half chalk.
Because I mentioned earlier, like JSN over receptions. Well, that's not a contrarian take.
But also too, there's 4 games. Yeah. Like how cute can you get?
True.
Like the public is going to be on all the games.
True.
There's a 50% chance you're on the same side as the public. So I try not to let, especially this time of year where there's so few games, everyone's on this, scare you off from it. I haven't heard anyone talk about this angle. I will take Drake May over 7.5 rush attempts in this Pats game against the Texans. Texans in general aren't good against. They're not great against the quarterback rush. He runs a ton during competitive games. I do like the Pats to cover the 3, but I think it's going to be a close game. I would be shocked if they blow them out. You look at, he had 10 carries against the Chargers, 10 carries against the Ravens, 10 carries in the 1-score game against the Dolphins. Like if you just like the games that matter and the games that are close, especially towards the end of the year, that's when Drake May's been using his legs more. So I think he's going to go off. I think he's going to run a decent amount. When they barely beat the Falcons at home, he had 8 carries.
Yep.
When they, that 1-score game at the Saints, that was way closer than it should have been, 9 carries. There's definitely a correlation between like 1-score games, it kind of being close, and him running a bunch. And if I do like the Pats, I also have the angle of potential kneel downs, either at the end of the first half or end of the game if they do get the win here. So a lot of ways this over 7.5 gets home, and I think it's a little plus money. So give me Drake May over 7.5 rush attempts. All right, Kramer, let's we got to get the ladder out here. Got the ladder sound effect. We'll start here with you, Scott. What's a ladder play you like for the divisional round of playoffs?
Yeah, so I already gave out the base in one of the props we talked about before, but I'll just up it a little bit. Give me Drake May interception. I'll take the 1 at even money, and I'll go for the 2+ at +428. I understand that May once again might win the game anyway. That's fine. There was a chance that Stroud, we saw how bad he was for most of that Monday night game. But I do think that with this defense intercepting at least 1 pass in 6 straight, and with May looking just uncomfortable the entire game, not to mention the fact that I think we'd all agree the Texans defensive line is much better than the Chargers defensive line, and they still couldn't protect May the entire game. I do think that it presents a good opportunity, especially in cold weather in Foxborough, where May might let 1 or hopefully 2 passes go awry. Give me Drake May interception ladder, 1 at even money, 2 at +428.
Ooh, let's go. So does that, if you like May to throw 2 picks, are you on the Texans there, Scott?
I think I'm on the under, if anything.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a very ugly game. As for the side, I think the Texans are alive, but once again, beating Mike Tomlin in the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers means nothing to me. So I don't actually want to overrate the Texans at this point in time.
Yeah.
New England should be favored. You could argue by more. I mean, Kramer mentioned with Milton in the lineup that's going to help limit the run game, which Pittsburgh could not do. Woody Marks led everybody in rushing yards. Shout out to Adam for 18-1 with Woody Marks on that prop. But I do think that it's a game where I think I'm going to go with New England, but it's 1 possession. I see it being very, very close, but I see whichever quarterback sucks less winning the game. So I'll go for Drake and May.
Classic suck off. Well, and it was
Stroud's gonna do.
It was neck and neck in that Chargers game, the suck fest with CJ Stroud and Aaron Rodgers. It's not like CJ Stroud instilled any confidence. And Reese also saying the Troy Franklin ladder. Troy Franklin could be interesting. He was the guy who caught that deep ball to score the first touchdown against the Bills in that first matchup. I would not be surprised if they take a couple deep shots to him. Maybe he's live on the old ladder. Kramer, what do you like here in the ladder section?
Well, like Scott, I'm going to bolt on to a prop we talked about earlier.
It's the sound effect of you bolting on.
We're not. I mean, you could. I will be intrigued to look at some of the alt unders for Woody Marks, but that's not what we're playing.
That's a slide or a shoot.
It's a shoot, I guess. We're getting the kind of a double entendre there. We're getting the Kyle Juszczyk receptions ladder out because Sean, you're probably wondering how many receptions. Like, what's his career high in a game?
Yeah,
you want to care to guess? How many receptions has Kyle Juszczyk had in a single game? His career high.
I feel like he had some crazy games where he had like 6 catches.
I was going to guess 5.
The answer is 7.
Really?
Okay.
He has had a 7 catch game before. He's had multiple 7 target games. He has multiple 6 catch games as well. Now, we talked about how 1.5 was the table stakes there. Get to 2.5 plus 234. 3.5 is plus 625. Now he had this last week against the Eagles when he went 4 for 49. 4.5 gets over that. It's 1380. 5.5 is 27-1. And Sean, if he matches his career high with a 7 reception game, what if those catches from supposed to go to Tonjes, they go to Kyle Juszczyk, or they're supposed to go to Christian McCaffrey and they go to Kyle Juszczyk? It's a gotta have a game. That's when they use which, by the way, Juicy is a very strange nickname for a fullback. 6.5.
I just think of those girl sweatpants. How could you not?
Exactly. It's just like, why is there writing on your ass? That's me to my daughter. 6.5. Like, why do you need writing on your ass? What is that? Over 6.5.
When I was growing up, I didn't have any writing on my ass. Did you throw that out to her?
No, I ask why she needs writing on her ass. Like, what do you want people reading your ass? And
I see in the chat someone said slam it. They're talking about the prop, just to clarify.
Not my what?
Well, I just want to make sure what we're to clarify. He's talking about slamming the prop.
We will be going on a campus tour later in the spring. It's just,
no.
I haven't broken the news with my wife yet, but it has been requested that it just be me that takes her. So
Wow. Mom doesn't.
I think she wants to experience a little college, and I think she's more confident.
Mom's more strict.
I don't know about strict or more just, hasn't walked the path. 6.5, go over it. 44-1.
Wow.
44-1. It's kind of a DGen play built into a ladder.
Yeah. All right. So
very
only OSHA
heavy.
certified.
Very top
I just
heavy.
mentioned I like the Dawson Knox yards. I also like the Dawson Knox catches. To me, very lateral situation here. And Dawson Knox has been a pass catcher that Josh has played with for his entire playoff career. Dawson Knox has 3 playoff games where he's had 5 or more catches. He's had 2 playoff games 2 games this year with 5 or more catches. So Dawson Knox 3 catches is plus 135, 4 catches plus 342, 5 catches plus 870, 6 catches for Dawson Knox. Very doable. He does have a 6 catch playoff game in his game log. He also has a 6 catch playoff game so far this season. That is 23-1. So Dawson Knox getting loose, catching some passes. Scott, what do you make of Dawson Knox? You think I'm onto something here, or you think I'm crazy?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the receiving core. We're questioning if Curtis Samuel's going to get snapped. So somebody's going to catch some passes. I feel like every news update I get involving the Bills is another receiver who's just not playing. So you got to figure out somebody. They might use multiple 2 tight end sets. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I like it. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know what your script is for the game, but it's supposed to be close. We know Denver can do a great job with their corners of shutting down actual wide receivers. Buffalo's got to try something. So yeah. Why not?
Why not Dawson Knox? Why not Dawson Knox? Hey, let's we got a DGen prop to give out, but before we do, why don't we put together a little Underdog pick'em entry? Of course, you can play along over on Underdog, available in a bunch of states. So many ways to get involved in Underdog. The picks, the projections, the combos, they got it all. The drafts. There's just so much going on over on Underdog. And Kramer, I did I advanced 1 out of the 4 teams we did on our live best ball draft.
Congratulations! I was 2 for 6. 6. I had
2
for
6.
As you know, there was a couple.
You did a couple auto drafts, so
the real ones were 2 of 4 are the real ones.
Now, now you got to win 1 of 6 again. I think I'm in a decent spot because everyone, for the most part, that advanced. Well, one guy, he only has Trevor Lawrence. I think that team's dead. Another guy doesn't have a running back. I think that team's dead. You're describing my teams. Yeah, and a lot of the guys got through with Stafford and Puka. I have Puka. I also have Caleb Williams, Loveland, Manungai, and Bo Nix.
Here are my teams: Brock Purdy, Justin Herbert, Christian McCaffrey, Travis Etienne, George Kittle, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Ladd McConkey, Parker Washington, Rashid Shaheed. So I have a little game stack in the Seattle-San Francisco game. This team's not dead. My other team is Jordan Love, which this is going to be tough. Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Jacob. So I don't have a quarterback or running backs in that one. So probably not going to advance there.
All right, Scott, let's put together a little Underdog pick'em entry. A winner here, of course, play $5, get $75 in bonus funds. Promo code SGPN. Scott, what do you like for Underdog this weekend?
I got to run back the first play that I mentioned. James Cook first half receiving yards, 17-1 to the under 7.5. I got to run it back.
All right, so lower 17.5 first.
No, lower 7.5 first half.
7.5
receiving yards.
Receiving yards. See, I'm seeing first half receiving yards way lower than that on Underdog.
It's 4.5.
4.5.
Oh,
That's
no. I guess Underdog has a different number. That's fine. I did find a book. I don't know if we can name the name of the book on the show. So
sure.
I'm not going to bother. But
yeah, don't worry about it.
Did they have Brock Purdy first half rushing yards?
Kramer, let's see if we can get him. I love Scott.
I like this is
first
great.
Half specialist.
Yeah, well, we're at the deli counter and he's asking about Capicola and Peugeot.
Yes, first half rushing yards.
Worse. I'm not asking about free samples. So it could be worse.
First half rushing yards set at 7.5.
Sure. That's perfect.
Okay, so that's what I think. That's what
we like
your
that.
Other place had.
We like that.
So Brock Purdy, higher first half rushing yards. Do we do all first halves?
I mean,
I'm not opposed to that. Kramer, what's something you like?
Well, then let's do the Woody Marks first half under.
Okay, Woody Marks.
I believe it's a first half lower.
Sorry, Jesus.
Got him, Scott. Nice. All right, Woody Marks first half. Rush yards is set at 27.5.
Perfect.
Let's go lower.
Yep.
And then for me, let's see. I haven't really talked about. I'll go Bo Nix first half rushing yards over or higher, assuming that's at 10.5. Is that? I still like that. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So Bo Nix higher 10.5 first half rush yards. Woody Marks lower first half rush yards 27.5. Brock Purdy higher first half rush yards 7.5. $100 entry would return you $600. Although let's see, I think I got
a 40% boost.
I'm strapping the rocket as well, and that makes it
what
8x strapping the rocket right.
Okay,
they have a rocket next to the profit boost.
It sounds. You got to be careful saying that too loudly.
And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Of course, the Rhythm is gonna bet you picks, props, parlays. That's right. Check out Rhythm and their all new parlay optimizer. This thing is great. Always helpful in finding those last legs. Scott, I know you guys like using Rhythm a bunch there over on the Propcast. Bunch of smart angles. This is let's see here. What is Rhythm like? Oh, this is a fun one. Rhythm likes Marvin Mims over 1.5 receptions. So very low number. They think Marvin Mims gets involved in the passing game. Very doable at 1.5 receptions. And of course, you can build your own models, or you can just tail Rhythm. You can do it all. RITHMM. Use that promo code SGPN25. Get you 25% off the premium. SGPN25. That's RITHMM. Kramer. It is time. Talk a little DegensOnly Plays here. I know I saw Scott's. It's a nice juicy 50-1 he sent over. Scott, why don't you get started? What is your 50-1 DegensOnly parlay here for the weekend's action?
Sure. So it's going to be a same game parlay. It's going to be an alt under in the Niners game. I got the under 34.5. with the Charbonnet touchdown. So a little bit of reverse correlation there. McCaffrey over 5.5 catches with the under 50.5 receiving yards, more reverse correlation. And the Seahawks minus 6.5. They might be wondering, it's a 5 pick at 50-1. What are the odds of this happening? What if I told you the last game that they played against each other, this exact parlay cashed? So I do think that Seattle should win. I know that a lot of people love the Niners as a dog here. I do question how many weapons they actually have. They scored 3 points against Seattle in the last meeting. Charbonnet scored because he gets every rushing touchdown. I know Kenneth Walker bettors are pissed, but either way, Charbonnet gets all of the red zone work. And McCaffrey had 6 hitches for 34 yards in the last meeting. So give me the 5 pick. It's a repeat of what happened in the last meeting. And once again, it's 50-1.
Yeah, very correlated too. And you even had the double reverse correlation. But again, Scott does a good job of attacking the SGP, come up with a game script, and then lay out, what you think is going to happen along the way. So very sharp play as always. Kramer, what do you got?
4 touchdowns.
Okay.
4 players.
Okay.
4 players, 1 touchdown each.
1 by 4 by 1.
4 by 1, or a 4 by 4, you might call it. Kyle Monangai. We like that matchup.
Yeah.
Incredible plus 220 on the anytime. Dawson Knox. Don't try to understand it. they just like throwing to him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is the most. It's plus 450, Sean. This is just silly season.
Yeah, I think Knox Tonga's touchdown parlay is definitely going to be in my pouch.
Give for Seattle. Give me AJ Barner plus 170, and then the last leg. I was kind of surprised to see this price. Ramondre Stevenson plus 175. 4 guys. Bing bang boom plus 12968 129-1.
Wow, you're almost dialing international, right?
I'm barely calling across the town or maybe a county.
I'm going to go to the leader market. These are fun again, especially 4 games. I think the outliers are ripe for some long shots. We saw a bunch hit last week, and that was with 6 games. I think in some ways with less games, someone going off for 1 game, you have less guys you got to beat. So I think it's a fun market to play into.
Did you see they randomly have most receiving yards for a tight end?
I did see that. Yeah.
Yes, please. We'll be talking about that on VSiN.
Oh, I'm sure. And check out the VSiN show tomorrow night, 10:00 East, VSiN.com, YouTube TV. And of course, Sirius XM 158. Check us out live there. Kramer, I'm going Bo Nix to lead the weekend in rushing yards. That is 65-1. I think Bo Nix is going to feel the pressure here at home. Bills aren't particularly great at slowing down rushing quarterbacks. The linebacker play has not been ideal, and I think he's gonna run a lot early and often. Him getting 70, 60 rushing yards, he's going to be in the mix, I think. So, give me Bo Nix. I think he gets like 60, 70 rushing yards and has a chance there to lead the weekend in rushing yards. Bo Nix, rushing yards leader, 65-1. Why not Bo Nix? Why not Bo Nix?
Good luck.
Thank you, Scott. What do you make of Bo Nix rushing this weekend?
Good luck. No, I'm fine with it. I think at the end of the day, the matchup's fine. We know Buffalo's bad against the run. If you want to argue that Nix can find himself some openings, why not? I guess my question to ask for you though is how many yards do you need for you to actually feel decent about your chances?
It's the first game too.
Well, that's part of the.
Can I offer
that's part of the sweat. If I hit the first game, I only got 3 games I got to beat.
Any interest in a small adjustment?
Sure.
He's 27-1 to lead the game. Then you don't have to sweat any of the other.
Maybe I'll add on to that.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah, sure. I'll do Bo Nix to lead the game at 27-1, and then Bo Nix to lead the weekend.
Because I kind of like I like your angle, but your angle requires it to be a low number generally, and so then the idea that 3 more games also result in a low number.
27.
That's kind of what I was wondering, Sean. Do you have like a magic number in your head that you think is good enough? Is it like 80? 80 you feel good about for Nix?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. Well, because I don't think the other. I'm not really. Who's the workhorse you're worried about?
it's Cook and Harvey in those games in that game, and so it's like that. So if he defeats them, now the rest of the weekend, you still have to worry about like one of the Seattle guys, one of the Rams.
It's a good call. I'll play both. Yeah, so Bo Nix lead the game in rushing yards at 27-1, and then Bo Nix to lead the weekend 65-1. Bo Nix going to get loose. Like
now, it is a nice step ladder because obviously if he leads the game and you're cashing that, you've already cashed that ticket, and now you have this free roll on a 65-1. It also means he has a reasonably high number. So. Yeah,
you're basically degen laddering Nix to lead games.
You know I'm a degenerate.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes,
you should almost then this is us being in a creative place. So what is the highest they offer is 60 yards that I'm seeing at 100-1. But maybe if you want to add another step to your step ladder, you go 60. Well, 60 at 10-1, I'd much rather take 27-1 to lead the game. Yeah. Right? That's crazy.
Yeah, because if he's
getting, what did you say Harvey was? That he was 55.5. I think
Harvey's number is 55.5. Yeah.
Okay, so once again, he could go over, but the fact is 60 at 10-1, and that would beat Harvey's projection. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what would need to happen. He would have to have like a 40, 50, 60 yard game, and Bo Nix is scampering, and it could be a shootout. Like the idea that this game can turn into like a weird shootout where they can use all these Western metaphors. It definitely in the script writers' arsenal this week.
Yes. All right. Good times. Like I said, we just did a college basketball podcast breaking down the Saturday action with Colby. Check that out. Check out his show, The College Experience. And of course, obviously we did the FFPC draft, division picks. So we got you loaded up here. And of course, check out Scott Reichel, Propcast, Tennis Gambling Podcast, NBA Gambling Podcast.
A quick question for Scott. Scott, do you have any, was there any more information about that random amateur lady who played professional tennis and got her ass kicked? You familiar
the information was simply they didn't have enough players, so they needed somebody to fill in off the street. It actually happened a couple of years ago with a guy. The thing is, when you're in foreign countries playing these super minor league tennis matches, you need some guys for qualifying. And if you don't have enough players, then some people might volunteer to show up. And yeah, the woman showed up and she won a couple of points. The guy showed up and didn't win a single point.
Oh, so wow.
This actually has happened before. But if you want great video, just look it up. Yeah, she's never picked up a racket in her entire life.
I mean,
that's impressive. She got a couple points though, right?
I think it was on double faults, but it still counts. It still counts the same.
Impressive to make it like to stay out there the whole time.
Yeah,
why not?
It almost seems like
you go out there for 5 minutes, get your ass kicked, but you get to say you played a tennis match. Sure, I'd go. Why not?
That's our goal as a show, to get Scott in a professional tennis event. If you work for the ATP or some tennis thing, hit us up.
Oh yeah,
and of course, subscribe to the Tennis Gambling Podcast. Check him out. And Kramer, we'll be talking to everyone on our VSiN show live tomorrow night. And of course, as always, answering all your questions and comments over on Spotify. And
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the Money Green. He's Ryan.
Sean, remember this helmet from the Super Bowl when Kyle Juszczyk got the first reception? He's back.
Kramer, let it ride.